And we welcome you to another edition of the My Local Radio Studio section, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital and Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. I'm Elon Oliff, and that is Anthony Colasuno. Aaron Poling is out of the office today, but he will be back fairly soon. We'll have him for our final, and I can't believe I'm saying this, final Thursday show of the school year.
Right. Crazy. It's crazy that we are officially at the end where a lot of schools are having their graduations within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, I mean, a few of them are starting this week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, matter of fact, you have a graduation coming. Both the Bridger Valley graduations are coming up this week. Rich graduation is on Friday night. Evanston graduation is a week from Saturday. It is all wrapping up, and it is wrapping up very, very quickly.
Oh, absolutely.
Big thank you to our sponsor, a few of our sponsors. Of course, we have T7 Propane, as well as First Bank of Wyoming. Also, a big thank you to Reese Auto, and I'm forgetting the instant replay sponsor for Rich.
Believe it's Stacy's Repair.
Stacy's Repair. Thank you so much. So, yeah, big thank you to Reese Auto, Stacy's Repair, T7 Propane, and First Bank of Wyoming. Without your guys' support, none of these shows is possible. We got a great show for you. We're going to hear from a lot of people from the Bridger Valley. We didn't get a chance to do a lot of Bridger Valley content this last home field advantage yesterday, so we're going to make up for it. We've got some great interviews. Isn't that right, Anthony?
Absolutely. We'll kick it off with McKinley Barney, who is the student body president at Mountain View High School, one of the graduating seniors, and she just kind of speaks about overall what is happening in student council, and then after her interview, we'll hear from both high school principals, Chris Tucker for Lyman and Ben Carr for Mountain View. But first, we'll go to the interview with McKinley Barney. Here with McKinley Barney, student body president for Mountain View High School. And McKinley, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Right on. Of course, you're the student body president. What are some of the roles that you have as student body president?
One of my daily roles is reading the announcements off to the student body over intercom. I'm also chairman of recycling, and I help plan homecoming week. I also write letters of recommendation for my advisor for WASC, which is like a state convention.
Right on. So a lot of busy things. And of course, student body, you guys plan majority of the events here. What have been some of your most favorite events you've planned so far?
One of my all-time favorite things in the world is homecoming week. It's a lot of work being in student council and planning it. We meet in the summertime to get a head start on it. I really enjoy planning the dance. That's probably my favorite thing to plan.
Right on. And of course, staying on a homecoming week, what's your favorite part of just planning out homecoming week with your fellow classmates?
I love that we are able to share our ideas. We all get along really well, and we build off of each other well. I would say that the teamwork that's involved is really fulfilling for me.
And of course, you are a senior. What's been your favorite part of senior year so far?
Probably being almost done with all of my classes. It's been a long year.
And sticking on this side, what are your plans after you graduate high school?
My dream career is to be a school counselor. So next year I'm attending Western Wyoming Community College first, and then transferring to a university, most likely UW, to become a school counselor.
Is there a specific realm, like elementary, middle school, or high school, where you want to be a school counselor?
Probably secondary school, so middle school or high school would probably be my favorite, but I'll see as I go.
And now switching to some get-to-know-you questions, who is your favorite music artist?
Oh, geez, that's a hard one. One of my favorite bands is called Modern Baseball. They broke up in 2017, but I really love a lot of their songs.
Cool. Next question. What is your favorite class you take in your senior year?
That's another hard one. I think one of my favorite classes this year was college government and political science. I learned a lot, and it's just a really fun class with a lot of fun people.
What was your favorite section of that class?
Oh boy, I really liked the mock trial. I was the judge for it. It was really fun.
It must be fun to act out a judge. You get to make all the decisions and all that. No one can get mad at you as well because you're the judge. Last question. If there's any vacation spot in the world you would like to visit, what would that spot be?
You're really hitting me with hard questions today. I want to visit Peru, probably go to Machu Picchu, just see the sights, go to South America. That'd be my dream vacation.
Right on. That's all the questions I have. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We'd like to thank McKinley for taking time out of her schedule to do that interview, and just hearing from a student body president how they plan these activities way before the school year even starts. They may meet in the middle of the summertime where school's out of session. They're spending time away from, family and going on trips to plan out these special events. And also for McKinley, being student body president, but also senior, and just trying to balance academics plus planning plus everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about it, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But it's just kind of blows you away what these kids are capable of, and how they're able to balance things like sports and academics and student council and things like that. So it's really, really cool to hear that.
Yeah, very cool. As
we're actually got another interview we're going to play in this section. But actually, no, we will go ahead and take a break. You're right. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're tuned in. When we come back, we'll have Merle Lester of the Evanston High School. He'll be talking to us about graduation coming up on June 1st for the Red Devils. You're tuned in to the Mylocalradio.com student section right here on Mylocalradio.com, brought to you by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital.
When you have an emergency, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Open 24/7, the professional emergency room staff is trained for trauma, medical, cardiac, pediatric, orthopedic, and obstetric emergencies. Bear Lake Memorial is a critical access level 3 trauma center, offering immediate access to radiology, lab services, surgery, and internal medicine consults. The ER teams are well-trained professionals who are ready to act. When you have an emergency, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want, with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
At Reese Auto Service in Lyman, you will find highly skilled mechanics who will get the job done right the first time. They work on anything from light line jobs of tire alignments, suspension work, and oil changes to heavy line jobs of engine replacement, differentials, and all powertrain components. Make sure all your recreational vehicles are working at top speed by getting them checked at Reese Auto Service in Lyman so your time having fun doesn't end early. Reese Auto Service, 541 State Highway 413, Lyman.
Welcome back into the My Local Radio student section. Anthony Collison alongside Elin Olive, and a few more shout-outs for some of our sponsors: Benedict's Ace and Benedict's Market, Heritage Auto, Station on Main, Union and Les Schwab Plains Tires. Without any of your guys' sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do any of this, our shows, our games. So thank you so much for supporting high school athletics, because this makes the athletes' days, the parents' days, that they can just go back and see these memories forever because they're on YouTube.
You know, I'm trying not to get emotional thinking about it, but there are so many people who can't go to the games because they either live a long ways away, or they're a grandparent that's bedridden, or they're a soldier serving our country overseas. It's these type of broadcasts that can kind of help bring families together,
Absolutely.
that they can celebrate these events, including graduation, which, by the way, all these graduation ceremonies we've talked about will be streamed live on mylocalradio.com. If you cannot make it to these graduation ceremonies to share this very important and this awesome moment with these young people, we got you covered on mylocalradio.com.
Don't stress about those. We got amazing crews that are going to be working those graduations, and we're going to have those events for sure on mylocalradio.com. As next up on the interview list, we have Merle Lester, the principal of Evanston High School.
Yeah, he talks about Evanston's graduation again, happening June 1st at 10 a.m., and we'll go ahead and go there. Here with Merle Lester. He is the principal for Evanston High School. Principal Lester, thank you so much for joining us. Graduation right around the corner. What can you tell us about that?
We're excited for graduation. We've got a really good group of seniors this year. Graduation will be June 1st, and that is Saturday, June 1st at 10 o'clock a.m. We'll open the gates about 9 o'clock for parents to come in. The way we do graduation is it's all based on weather, and if the weather forecast is good on Wednesday of that week, we will make a call and say it's either indoors or outdoors. We're preferring to be outdoors. We've been outdoors the last couple of years. If there's snow, freezing, or lightning forecasted, then we will move it indoors. The only difference between indoors and outdoors is if we have it outdoors, the kids can have any number of people that want to come to their graduation. If we go indoors, it'll be restricted down to probably 6 or 7 per student. And so that's one of the reasons we want to do it outside.
Talk to me real quick about what this senior class has accomplished this year, and what are some things you're going to remember specifically about it?
You know, this has been a fantastic senior class. In fact, today I was just entering in some track information from regionals this weekend, and we've had 5 school records broken this year. We had a whole bunch of different kids that are regional champions in different events, and some of the records went clear back into the early 80s and stuff, and so that's just track, but it's kind of gone into almost every other activity. We've done really, really well. You know, starting in football and volleyball, we did well, and then, but we've really had a great year as far as activities. And as far as academics, we've had a good year as well. So we were recognized by the U.S. News and World Report as being one of the top high schools in the nation, and actually number 7 in the state of Wyoming, which is pretty good for a larger school. Now, you know, we're not one of the big ones, but being a larger school, we're in the top 10, top 11. And so that's a really neat award because it honors academic excellence as well as number of kids that are in our advanced placement classes. And so academically, we've done well in our testing and different things. So it's been a really, really good year. I've been really proud of our kids, and it's from 9 through 12th grade. But this senior class has been really special to me for some reason. I don't know. We've just had a lot of fun over the last 4 years and really grown close with them. And anyway, it's just been fun. I've loved following them around the state of Wyoming, and I'll be going to state track this week, and so I'm super excited about seeing them there. It's been a great year.
If you could talk to us about what some of the non-activities highlights have been. I know that the student council has put on some great activities for everybody, and just what they've been able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, student council's done a really good job. It started with our homecoming activities, and homecoming was really pretty special this year. And a lot of the things we try and keep as traditions, and it's interesting with kids because they're like, okay, we want to try something new, so we have a little bit of variety in there as well. The student council's done a really good job. We've done a really good job with our DECA teams, our speech and debates done well. We've done well with our whenever you start naming them, you're going to forget some, but we've done well with all of our, pretty much all of our clubs and organizations. Some of those things. One of my favorite memories always is having the musical, and so the theater, productions that happen are phenomenal. Our band, our choir are just really doing a great job at their whenever they have their concerts, as well as when they perform in front of audiences at our ball games. So, man, it's just interesting. There's just so much that goes on at a high school of this size that it makes it honestly a lot of fun. It keeps us busy, keeps us hopping, but man, it's a great time. That's what I love about my job. So.
That is Merle Lester. He is the principal for Evanston High School. Evanston High School graduation for class of 2024 will be Saturday, June 1st at 10 a.m. And if you can't make it, you can stream it live on mylocalradio.com. Mr. Lester, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations on another great school year. Anything else before we wrap it up?
No, I appreciate the time. This is my 17th year at the high school, and it's going to be kind of weird retiring at the end of this year, but there's some really good people that are coming in to replace me. So I look forward to them excelling and doing great things like always, just like the Red Devils have for generations. And so it's a great place to be. I love Evanston, Wyoming. Go Red Devils.
A big thank you to Merle Lester, principal of Evanston High School. Again, Evanston graduation will be June 1st, Saturday, June 1st at 10 p.m. Me and Anthony just looked at the weather forecast. They don't have Saturday as part of the 10-day forecast right now, but for Friday, they've got sunny and 70. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping it's over.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yep, we're hoping it's at K-Fackrell Stadium. We'll know as soon as we know for sure. You will know for sure. All right, moving on in our interviews. I understand we got an interview with the Lyman principal.
Yep, so we got an interview with Lyman Principal Chris Tucker, where me and him just sat down and talked about the achievements of athletics, extracurricular activities, and just a great school year for Lyman High School. We'll go to that interview right now. Here with Lyman High School Principal Chris Tucker. And Chris, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Doing great. Hopping straight into this interview, of course, the end of the school year, another graduating senior class. What from this senior class sticks out the most to you?
Well, I think a lot of these kids have been able to get through a lot of different things. There's been some challenges, but it's been fun to see them push through some of the challenges. There's a lot of successes going on. The kids are going to be moving on to some colleges and to some trade schools, and it's just been fun to see the ups and downs. But when you see a kid walk across the stage with their cap and gown on and they're successful and see that smile on their face, that makes it worth it to get them through those last 4 years. So,
and you've seen this freshman class turn into seniors. How does that experience just trickle into that they are graduating and that the 4 years has been worth it, that you've been along this journey with them?
Well, I think it's a lot of times scary for them because now they're going to head out into the real world and being a grown up, that the things they have to call their own shots, and sometimes that's scary for kids. But I believe that through the experiences that we give them and the classes that our teachers teach them, that and even of the activities and sports that these kids are involved in, that it gives them a lot of different opportunities and places to learn and grow and get better to prepare them for life. So that's something that we try to explain to our kids, that school right now is their job, and we try to treat it that way so that they can kind of be more prepared when they have to go out to the real world and have their own job and see what things are going to be like. So I think they're ready. It's been fun to watch them grow, but I think they're ready. So.
And you speak of athletics and extracurricular activities. there's been a lot of success this year for the Eagles. Just speak on some of the extracurricular and the activities part of so far this year for Lyman High School.
Well, I look back in the fall and see our football team had a successful year again, and our volleyball team as well, both making it to state. There's so much going on from that standpoint. Morgan Hatch was a state champion wrestler. That was fun to see. And our boys and girls basketball, our girls basketball team making it to state. And then we have, I think, 9 or 10 kids headed to state track this year. Been very proud. Our music program did a very good job this year. They had their band and audition choir and concert choir all receive 1 superior ratings at festivals. So there's just been a lot. We had some kids go to state art. There's just been a lot of successes. I'm probably missing a bunch of others as well, but it's just been fun to see some kids and some programs really excel this year.
Switching back to graduation, as the principal of Lyman High School, what is your part and role in making sure graduation goes as planned and these seniors get to enjoy this last memory of high school walking across that stage?
Well, it is. We have a lot of people that just do their part. Everything from our janitors getting things ready to go to our, we got our band and choir participating, our kids speaking, our school board's going to be there. And just making sure everything's ready to go. The kids love to also have a parade afterwards, so we have our local law enforcement and fighters that help with that. And there's just a lot of things that go into play, but when you put it together, it's going to be a pretty fun evening to celebrate their successes and to see the smiles on their faces and their families' faces. It's all worth it. So.
And you speak of law enforcement and a lot of the community coming together. How big has this community been to the high school, but also to the senior class?
They've been great. That's one thing about Lyman and the community is they'll do anything for these kids. They'll support them, and they're there for them. We're very close, and so it's been fun to see them step up and really support these kids. And it's just a neat place to see all the great families and how they help each other. So
that's all the questions I have, Chris. Thank you so much for your time. Anything before we leave?
It's a great day to be an Eagle.
There you go. Go Eagles.
That's right.
That was Chris Tucker, principal of Lyman High School. Almost went the head coach, but this is the student section.
He's the head coach of the entire school, I guess you could say.
You can say that. You can say that. But a great interview with Chris where we just highlight and talk about the amazing achievements of the senior class, but also just athletics, art, choir, there's a lot of great things going on at Lyman High School.
Yeah, absolutely. And their graduation is coming up this week as well. Is that correct?
Yes, it is Thursday at 7 p.m., and you can stream that live on mylocalradio.com. We'll take a break here on the student section presented by mylocalradio.com and sponsored by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital.
Hey there, I'm Jake Major, your local Medicare and insurance benefits advisor for the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. With over 25 years of experience protecting families in rural America, we understand the importance of having affordable insurance coverage. Whether you're searching for extra coverage or looking to understand and switch your Medicare options, I can help you find a range of top-rated insurance companies and tailor-made packages based on your needs. Call me, Jake Major, today at 307-209-4685, and let's discuss your insurance options. We're the Bullock Agency of Wyoming, when benefits matter.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Founded in 1938 with the hopes and dreams of serving the Bridger Valley, Benedict's Trading Company was started. Now 85 years and 3 generations later, Benedict's Market is still serving the Bridger Valley by offering the highest quality meats and fresh produce to having fresh baked items and hot deli options. Benedict's Market is your one-stop for all of your grocery needs. Benedict's Market offers the best services in a modern setting to make your shopping both quick and easy. Visit them today at 9 2050 North Highway 414, Mountain View, Wyoming.
Life is better in the country. KNYN, Fort Bridger, Evanston, Woodruff, 99.1, the country you want to be in.
Welcome back into the My Local Radio student section, presented by Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming and Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. And the last interview on the table today is with Ben Carr, the principal at Mountain View High School, and a good sit-down conversation with Ben, just talking about a lot of student achievement this year and how a lot of the graduating senior class have super good scholarships to set them up for college and also for life afterwards. We'll go to that interview right now. Here with Mountain View High School Principal Ben Carr. And Principal Carr, how are you doing so far today?
It's May, and I'm still here, so everything's going great.
That's always a great sign. And, of course, graduation and just the end of the school year is coming around the corner in another graduating class. What from this graduating class stands out to you the most, since you've followed these kids from the start when they were freshmen?
I think one of the things that really resonates with me with this group is we had a what we call a PEEP recognition a month or so ago, and those kids had a chance to tell us what their favorite memory of high school was, and most of them commented on the positive relationships that they have with each other. We've had classes before that have gotten along well. We've had classes that were really, really competitive. This class really is very encouraging of each other, and they're really very close and really supportive of each other. And one of my favorite things to do is we have a bench out by the gym doors, and at the end of lunch, I'll just sit down there, and these kids trickle in one by one, and eventually they end up standing in a big group, and they're just all really, really good friends. And so that's one of the things that I'll remember the most, is not just what a great group of human beings they were, but just how close they were as a group. They're all friends. It's a cool group of people.
And looking back at this year so far, a lot of great memories, from athletics to extracurricular activities. What are some of those memories that have stood out to you so far this school year?
I think one of the things that I'll remember the most was actually Monday night. We had our senior awards night, and it was so interesting to me how the private donors who offer scholarships to our students did such a great job of selecting some of our best students to receive those scholarships. Some of the scholarships were very ag-oriented, and they recognized those students. We had some that were very academic or family-oriented, and I had one person who gave a scholarship that was based on an application and an essay, and he said, "You wouldn't believe the quality of the essays that I got overall," and the two I selected were just amazing. And so it was just a reminder for me of how generous our community is, but also we have a large group of students who really got some good recognition on Monday night.
And as a principal and talking about student recognition, how happy does that make you, just seeing these kids and being able to be there in their daily high school lives?
Well, that's why I do this job, honestly, is to just try and be something of a positive influence. And we really work hard to have positive communication home in this building. We send postcards home. We do a student spotlight where we're recognizing sometimes 10 or 12 students a month because we see the great things that they're doing that aren't just academic. So we really work hard to recognize our students. And it's just a lot of, I like to talk to freshmen sometimes and say, look at the senior class. They're the ones who are doing it right. And you can definitely say that that's true. I do want to jump in here. If it's okay, I want to say one more thing. Some of the students who were most deserving of scholarships Monday night really didn't get called up on stage very often because we had 4 trustee scholars. So that's a full ride to the University of Wyoming. That's a real unique scholarship to come out of any high school. Last year we had 3 trustee scholars. This year we had 4. And then we also had 1 Daniels Fund recipient. So that's pretty awesome when you look at the level of financial support that they're getting from institutions. And I think that's one thing that this group really needs to be proud of, that there was a top end to this group that was really lifting everybody up and being a good example to make it that far.
And switching to the preparation for graduation, you've been the principal here at Mountain View High School for 15 years. What is your role in just getting graduation up and running every single year?
That's a great question. I think the behind the scenes part of the job is making sure that the kids are on track grade wise. I think we do a good job of keeping kids on track for graduation and not letting them fall behind, and really giving those kids extra opportunities to make up their grades if they do happen to fall behind. That's less of an issue this year than it has been in the past, which is really a blessing. And then really it's just asking the good people who work in this building to do the things that they're really good at. And part of that is recognizing kids. If you know Mrs. Hoff, she set up that senior awards night Monday night, did a great job, and I really lean on her for graduation. And one of the things that we talk to the kids about when it comes to graduation is the graduation party is for them. The graduation ceremony is for your parents. We want to honor them. We want to honor their hard work. It can be easy sometimes as a high school student to think that, yay, I did it, it's all on my own, when really it's a team effort. And so sometimes my job is just to try and remind the kids that, hey, we're here to have a good time, but we also want to recognize the hard work that our parents put in and have a class ceremony.
That's all the questions I have, Principal Carr. Thank you so much for your time, and go Buffs.
Yeah, for sure. Go Buffs. Also want to thank Mylocalradio for your guys' work with us for the last several years. It's been an awesome partnership. We appreciate the work that you guys do in all things, recognizing activities, including graduation and prom, but most noticeably the sports. You guys do a great job, and we just want to thank you for that partnership.
We'd like to thank Principal Ben Carr of Mountain View High School for joining us here, and just a great interview, and he highlights a lot of the student success of just Mountain View High School. 4 trustee scholarships, that's a full ride to the University of Wyoming. That's a huge financial burden lifted from the students, lifted from the family, because sending a kid to college, it takes a whole entire village basically, and to see the student achievement and that majority of the graduating seniors have really good scholarships set them for college is amazing.
Yeah, and before we move on any further, just a response to what he said about the partnership, and I just want to say it's our pleasure. You know, it's our pleasure to be able to go to these games and to bring these to everybody in their homes who can't make it. Because, like I said, it's I think it's a duty that the three of us, you, me, and Aaron, take very seriously.
Oh, yes.
Being able to get there and do the best we can to bring people who may not have the ability to come to the game because of work, because of whatever it may be, there to watch their family members. So it is definitely our pleasure.
Yeah, definitely our pleasure for sure. And we love covering these schools. They have definitely become a great part of our lives, and also definitely a good part of our hearts as well. I can, you bleed Evanston, Aaron bleeds Rich. I bleed the Bridger Valley. Half my heart's blue, half it's purple for my schools.
I want to get that looked at.
Might want to get it looked at.
You might want to get that looked. If half your heart's purple, I mean, and blue.
Yeah.
I mean, red makes sense.
Yeah, red does make sense, but, Lyman's blue, Mountain View's purple, so,
I kid. No, I totally get what you mean. I mean, because of some other programs that we're kind of doing right now in the spring, I've not been as a part of Evanston stuff this spring as I'd like. But during the spring and during the fall, during the fall and during the winter, you're right. It's very much a part of our lives. It's very much a part of what makes this job so special is working with people like Principal Carr, Principal Lester, and Principal
Tucker.
Thank you. But working with people like that is what makes this job so special. And quite frankly, it's because of their cooperation that makes our jobs a lot easier.
Oh, absolutely.
So
absolutely. There's, with the school staff and how they help us out, it makes it so much easier on us, but also just seeing the return and seeing the joy in the community. It's amazing, and how the communities just wrap around these schools. It's a whole entire community-based effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that's going to do it for the final student section of the 23-24 school year. Join us tomorrow as we wrap up with our final home field advantage. We're going to have interviews with Evanston's Brian Richens, boys soccer coach, to kind of wrap up the season. We're going to hear from the Rich golf team who won a state championship on the boys side. I'm sure we've got some stuff coming from Bridger Valley. And also going to be kind of reminiscing on the year a little bit. What have been our moments that have kind of stood out to us? Just a quick little segment about that to close down the school year. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Join us for that special show tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. live on Mylocalradio.com and KNYN 99.1 FM and re-aired on KQ at 4 p.m. Big thank you to Colton Bagley, who is in the studio producing this and making sure it gets on the air. We could not do that without him. And also, if you see Colton around, wish him a belated birthday, as yesterday was this All-Stars birthday. So thank you so much, Colton, and thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys tomorrow for the final show of the 2023-2024 school season. Thank you so much.